We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Washington football team. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5, first and 15. Throwing Jones. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now Jones. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
Jones pass.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. Yeah, boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And it's third down.
Play fake. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Taken in at the 11. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And Andrews lost the football. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown.
For the extra point.
So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
On second down, it's Gibson. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
The line of scrimmage.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And 10.
They go play action with Eason. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On 2nd and 12, Jones. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet. And the pressure gets to him again. Montez Sweat providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Check 26, check 26. Jumper.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. From the gun is Eason. Got an open man. Finds Gibson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. A gain of 6 there on 1st. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
2nd down at 4. Then he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Throwing on first down, Jones. He sets to fire deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Landon Collins on the coverage.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. They'll run the screen with Mack. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think...
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he knocks it through.
Washington 14, Giants 7.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Got a man, Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
First down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Mack. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Check 31. 56 at the mark. Push him back. Push him back. 56. Mark 56. No change.
Back to throw. Jones. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Jones, off play action. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Crunch. Crunch. No. Kill.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
52.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
52.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
56. Mike 56.
Here's Jones to throw from his end zone. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Touchdown.
So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now Jones throwing after the interception. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Montez Sweat picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
.154 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season.
18 Cardinal, 57. Switch up.
Now they try the right side here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd down, here's Eason. Dancing to his left. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Check 99. Check 99. Check.
Now Eason. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. He's at the 30.
Oh, man, no.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Gano the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
28. Giants 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how it...
Oh, Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Eason to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Check 13. He's coming. We got double up. Kill.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Gano out to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Eason. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
57 Mike 56.
On first down, Jacob Eason throwing deep for Galladay. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, With his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Eason. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
He's brought down.
They're bringing a spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
The kicker on.
The try here for the extra point.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Washington 38, Giants 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Jones. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Carried by number 20.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Kill. Shoot. 19 target.
Eason sets to throw it. Open man is Galladay, complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part, because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their 2nd meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Eason. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. That's out to the left flat and complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Eason on 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a short gain down to about the 33.
A toss play to
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Mike 52, Mike 52. All day, every day.
From the gun on 3rd down, Eason. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Check three. Watch out. Slam.
They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try to run this one in. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. staying on the ground with Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He's brought down by Dion.
Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Bound to lose one.
Jones throwing on 4th down. And Ingram hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And you definitely can make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your